Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so very much for tuning in to my super chat. Thank you. You give me every incentive to rock these live streams. Ladies and gentlemen, we have found out something very, very important that Andrew McCabe investigated not only President Trump for no reason, for politically motivated reasons, based on a Steele dossier that Hillary Clinton purchased, but also, and the nonsense that, well, the intelligence community was suspicious. Yeah, lots of people were suspicious of Clinton always. Not a reason for investigation. You actually have to have, evidence of a crime, some kind of predicate crime, some kind of reason to investigate. So let's get to this. Eric H526, thank you. Incentive to rock on. Have a great week, HA. Eric H526. Thank you so very much for just everything. You're awesome. You're just awesome. Thank you. Luke St. Martin, also a great moderator. And thank you, Eric, for being such a great moderator as well. You're awesome. Thank you always for just everything you do. Let's read this. Top FBI official Andrew McCabe did not just investigate President Trump, as he notes in a little publicized part of his book. McCabe even investigated his department boss, then Attorney General Jeff Sessions, after Senate Democrats asked McCabe to look into allegations. Look at this, allegations. Sessions perjured himself. Where are the allegations? Where Michael Cohen perjured himself numerous times, actually did. I mean, where's the FBI probe into that? Where's the FBI probe into Clinton actually perjuring herself, stating numerous times different lies regarding the Benghazi testimony, that she didn't receive emails or marked classified? Clinton literally sent emails, classified emails, illegally outside of the United States government. James Comey admitted that. But here's where it gets interesting. The statutes, there are legal statutes that he broke. There are laws against groundlessly subjecting individuals to criminal investigation. Former prosecutors say what FBI brass did to the president and his advisors could potentially be a violation of federal statute known as, quote, deprivation of rights under the color of law. Other statutes prescribing fraud and false statements also come into play. So you have all of that. You have fraud committed. You have a whole bunch of people saying, this happened, trust us, it happened, we have to investigate. And instead of investigating an actual crime, what they do is they utilize a Steele dossier that they know was purchased, that they know very well was purchased by Hillary Clinton. They know that very well. So, and that's the issue. The issue is a whole bunch of people knowingly hiding behind, hello, Awake Canadian, knowingly hiding behind their posts, knowingly hiding behind simple bureaucracy, only to get Trump. And we have an admission. And I can't believe how that didn't cause, like, that. I mean, there needs to be a special counsel just on what Strzok stated. I mean, the media is just because the media doesn't look at it doesn't mean it's not an overt admission, which it is. If the tables were turned, they would say, oh my God, look at what's going on. I mean, they would never stand for any of this. But let's continue. So, moreover, Justice Department as well as FBI regulations strictly prohibit inaccurate or unverified information in FISA warrant applications, such as the Steele dossiers, rumors the FBI relied on to obtain authorization to spy on Page. You cannot use a dossier. This goes beyond regulations, ladies and gentlemen. This is a criminal conspiracy. It goes beyond regulations. This goes beyond just simple like, oh, well, we have to look into this. We just have to look into this. We just, this goes beyond all of that. It's obvious. It is obvious, ladies and gentlemen. So let's look at what Paul Sperry states. I mean, this is huge today. It really is a big revelation. So he has a whole bunch of tweets. Okay. It's also not irrational for a president to get upset with his FBI director and eventually fire him for stringing him along for several months, assuring him 3 times he's not under investigation, and promising to work to get the fact out there in the public domain. It's not fashionable to put, this is Chuck Ross, it's not fashionable to put yourself in Trump's shoes, but if the Steele dossier was inaccurate, but presented to Trump anyway, it's not irrational for him to have skepticism of intel community going forward. They actually showed him the Steele dossier, which is complete nonsense. It's complete nonsense. They fabricated an investigation. In his 274-page book, McCabe does not mention Christopher Steele, interesting, or is still unverified. I think we're giving it too much credit calling it still unverified. It's just complete made-up nonsense. Trump-Russia dossier funded by the Clinton campaign. He also left out his role in obtaining FISA warrants to spy on Trump campaign advisor Carter Page, and by extension, the Trump campaign. So, I mean, there you go. There you go. The book is an admission. The thing with President Trump and the FBI and everything going on is that we have an admission now. Let's see. While it's widely assumed the FBI stopped this entire Trump-related Russia investigation once Mueller was appointed in May 2017, in little-noticed June 2017 testimony, McCabe told the Senate Intelligence Committee that the FBI continues to investigate the Russia investigation. So they were investigating Sessions, and they were essentially threatening Sessions. So this wasn't an amazing plan. And, sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, like people who believe that nonsense, sometimes really bad things happen to good people, unfortunately. Sometimes all the time. Sometimes you have very powerful individuals that are still beholden to, political adversaries, the political adversaries of somebody in office. And that's what took place. This is unprecedented. I mean, this is completely and utterly unprecedented. And what they did also was, because of WikiLeaks, exposing the truth. Like, you can look at the DNC emails and Podesta emails. Just look at the truth that was written. None of them say that they didn't write what they wrote. None of them say that that these emails are not accurate. 500 conflicts of interest in the Clinton Foundation. One of them says, oh, yeah, they wanted to get away with it regarding the Clinton email probe. All of these issues. I mean, Clinton admitting that she sent classified data to Podesta. All of these crazy issues. The fact that Debbie Wasserman Schultz was forced to resign. The reality of their words. They wrote these words. You talk about transparency. They wrote these words. They were cheating Bernie Sanders. And instead of accepting what took place, they blamed Russia for hacking the DNC to inform us that Bernie Sanders was cheated. And you have legal statutes, ladies and gentlemen. You have legal statutes that were broken. You can't just simply you can't just simply say, "Oh, well, you know, it's swept under the rug. She was investigated. Nothing was found. What can you do? Let's investigate Trump forever on nonsense." Doesn't work that way. Doesn't work that way. Well, let's continue here. So we find out that Andrew McCabe investigated Jeff Sessions to ensure recusal from Trump Mueller probe. The FBI maintains a much broader responsibility to continue investigating issues related to potential Russian counterintelligence activity. What about the actual sale of uranium to Putin? Are we ever going to investigate that? How was that good for the country? To build the most dangerous weapons on the planet and to give to everyone else. How on earth? Uranium? Facebook ads. Which one? Uranium or Facebook ads? Gee, which one do you think is a greater problem? Uranium or Facebook ads? Which one do you think is a problem? Probably uranium. Probably a sale where money went into the Clinton Foundation. Millions of dollars. I mean, could you imagine? What about the suspicion? Why didn't they just use Clinton Cash, the book? Well, it's actually a whole lot of reality there. Things did took place. Money flows did take place. Why didn't they just use the book Clinton Cash to investigate the Clintons? Peter Schweitzer. Why didn't they just use the book Clinton Cash? I mean, just go ahead. If we're going to use documents, this isn't even an opposition research document. This is an actual book of pay-to-play schemes. So, I mean, if that's the story, if it's, well, suspicion, if it was just suspicion, then why? Why don't you just investigate the Clintons based on suspicion? The reason is because they don't have anything. They have the media. The Democratic Party has the media by its side. That's why, I mean, if they don't outspend Trump 2-1, and the only person who can do that is Clinton, they ain't going to win. I just find it very the Yahtzee. The only thing that surprises me at this point is that nobody's behind the bars for this yet. Rock on, H. Exactly. Well, and that's the thing. It's part of all of this. The Yahtzee is egg on the face of the entire United States government. So this is an embarrassing, shameful. This is an embarrassing episode. Look, the United States, I mean, I guess one possible theory is that the U.S. government can't admit that it allowed Hillary Clinton to get away with the most egregious crimes. So what they say is, well, we're just going to sweep it under the rug, under the guise of we have everything under control. Meanwhile, there were only two people in control, really, Bill and Hillary. The last 2 years of the Obama administration was the Bill and Hillary Clinton horror movie. It was a horror movie. That's essentially what it was. Yahtzee, thank you very much. That's just essentially what it was. You have the NSA that almost certainly knew. You have a $35 billion budget for the NSA, the FBI, and the CIA. So you're talking billions and billions and billions in tax dollars going to people who are supposed to protect this country from serious, serious adversaries or enemies. What Democrats did was they sold uranium to Russia. They got away with it. And I apologize for the the internet connection seems like it's going back and forth, but this is just, it's constant it's constant backtracking. And now you have a very interesting, so this is March 4th, McCabe investigated, but not just Trump, but Sessions. Now we understand what was going on. It's not so much, ladies and gentlemen, that they're all powerful, omnipotent, that they'll always get away with everything. You have a series of spinning plates. They're no longer there. See, Barr is not being investigated by anyone. Now, is he going to, am I saying 100% he's going to investigate Clinton and McCabe and Strzok and Page and Comey and this whole entire mess? No, I don't know. I can't tell you with certainty. So, I mean, contrary to what other people say, I'll be honest and say I can't tell you with certainty. But I can tell you Hillary's running again. How do I know? Because she is already saying that Bernie Sanders can't win every single day. I mean, you hear more about Clinton than you do any other candidate. You do. You hear more about Clinton than any other candidate. Hillary Clinton says country is in full-fledged crisis. Gowdy says Congress hearings an unmitigated failure, including his Clinton panel. The whole thing with the Benghazi issue was that they tried to make it Clinton's fault. It wasn't Clinton's fault. What it was is negligence, complete irresponsibility, negligence. That's what it was. They should have made it that she was simply ignoring. I mean, they did kind of, but that wasn't the main focus. The main focus was it was her fault. No, it might not have been her fault, but well, it could have been tied to her negligence, not the actual event, but the fact that people lost their lives. People who asked for added security, asked for support like hundreds of times. This is interesting. Gowdy said he was unimpressed with last week's high-profile testimony of Michael Cohen. What we learned this past week is how utterly useless public congressional hearings are. They are useless for the most part. I mean, Republicans proved that, and Michael Cohen proved that even more. At least Republicans, when they interviewed Loretta Lynch and James Comey, and they interview like James Clapper and John Brennan, for example, immediately perjured themselves. Like everyone knew there were articles even under the Obama administration they lied under oath. Of course, they didn't get charged with that. So I think two closed-door sessions this past week in the Senate and House with the Intelligence Committee were very helpful. That's why they're bringing Cohen back. Cohen is better for Trump in a closed door session than he is for Democrats. Simply, he already told the Congress and the world. He already said, yeah, there's no evidence of Trump-Russia collusion. He already stated there's no evidence of Trump-Russia collusion. So this is interesting. Hillary Clinton warned about the other side in America that wants to curtail voting rights in a speech. So there's a Voting Rights Amendment Act of John Conyers in 2015 that Democrats did not champion. Notice how Democrats pontificate about everything from climate change to voting rights, and they actually just don't champion any legislation. Where's the legislation? Now, Adam Schiff, Intel Committee investigating allegations Russians, not actual launder, allegations Russian laundered money through Trump Organization. Allegations. They've gone from Trump-Russia collusion to Russian laundering. This is never ending. This is not a strategy. They got the House. They were lucky to get that media on their side for 2 years in a great economy with zero intention of implementing Medicare for all. So I didn't think people were stupid enough to believe them. But guess what? Look what's going on now. They're not getting the people on the left who voted for this brand new Congress, all that stuff. They're not getting what they voted for. They didn't vote for gun control, and they didn't vote for more Russia investigations, and that's what they're getting. Legislation about gun control, not and trying to impeach Trump, not Medicare for all, not Green New Deal. That's a resolution, not legislation. There aren't laws that they're passing. I love these people who GOP Representative Justin Amash. The president is violating our constitutional system with national emergency. No, he's utilizing a law that Congress passed, just like when Congress utilizes a resolution to engage in military from Vietnam to Iraq. These are resolutions to Afghanistan. These are resolutions. Congress didn't declare war. Congress hasn't declared war since World War II. The Constitution states categorically that Congress must declare war. We haven't had that. Sam Jage! Legal discovery is a dish best served cold with a side of Democrat perjury. Exactly. Democrats investigating the Trump cabinet and Roger Stone specifically will open a discovery proceeding they wish they wish will never happen. They will wish never happened. Exactly. No, I agree with you on that. Absolutely. Sam Jage, thank you so very much, Sam. Thank you. Armed American, thank you. Sam Jage, thank you so much. And that's the thing also. They don't want... Democrats are relying on the fact that the media will whitewash everything. The media will whitewash everything. They will circumvent, sweep everything under the rug. There will never be a media that actually looks at all of this with, there isn't going to be a media that looks at all of this and says, okay, objectively, why did 20% of U.S. uranium capacity, why was that sold to the Russians under President Obama? There are allegations, by the way, William D. Campbell, there are allegations that the Clintons were paid off. Why don't you look at these allegations from former FBI informants? I guess those allegations are not good enough. Oh, by the way, she's running again. Did I tell you that? Who do they have? Who do they have? Who on earth do they have? It doesn't matter what people think, because that's really the only way they can even get close to outspending Trump. For Democrats to have a chance, they have to outspend. They outspent Republicans in the House. Beto O'Rourke And I was right. I said Beto O'Rourke would lose, Andrew Gillum would lose, Bill Nelson would lose. They all lost. 2020 Dem frontrunners not seeking Bill Clinton advice. Report. Okay. This is not even. They cheated Bernie. And then David Brock. These are Clinton advisors. This all starts from Clinton advisors saying, yeah, Bernie doesn't have a chance to win. Which, look, he has a 1% chance to win. He had a chance to win in 2016. If the Democratic Party was just a normal political party like one thought it was, and they just said, you know what, we'll put all our weight, but I learned even more so then that there is no Democratic Party. There is no Democratic Party. It's just the Bill and Hillary Clinton show. That's it. It's the Bill and Hillary show. That's it. That is it, ladies and gentlemen. That's it. That's it. So Clinton, Bernie, chance to win. Okay, so that'll be interesting too. Like if there's a lawsuit, or if like there are indictments, and then Clinton is indicted, but then she somehow takes it to the Supreme Court, fights it somehow, and then the deciding vote is Kavanaugh. Oh my goodness. Or as the amazing Lucas says, my goodness. I watch him all the time. The amazing Lucas, he's awesome. He is awesome. Let's look at this. Hold on. Just Hillary Clinton Newsweek. So hold on one second. There's this article here. Bill and Hillary Clinton. Hillary and Bill Clinton think Bernie Sanders can't beat Trump. This is 5 hours ago. Why? We are hearing more about Hillary Clinton than anyone, including Bernie. Why is that? Sam Jage, thank you again. Sam Jage, thank you again. Why is that? That's because she's running again. All the money people give to Bernie is going straight to Hillary. Let's read this. Hillary and Bill Clinton reportedly have little confidence Senator Bernie Sanders of Vermont could successfully take on Donald Trump in 2020. First of all, he's not going to be allowed to win. They cheated him in 2016. Why would they not cheat him in 2018? What's changed? Nothing. Nothing has changed. Bernie at this moment is, and share my article, my latest article in the Federalist, why Bernie Sanders supporters should vote Trump 2020. And then David Brock is still there. All these people, they're like part of your nightmare from 2016. They're back, and they're actually even more relevant. I think that at some point bygones can be bygones, but you can't get around. But what you can't get around is the question of is the electability question. Look, Bernie didn't fight for his voters in 2016. He gave essentially all his money, or money he didn't use, to the Democratic Party. And if he was cheated, he should have simply said, look, I was cheated. It wasn't the fault of Putin. I was just cheated. You know, that's just what happened. I was cheated. He should have stated that, but he didn't. Type in Clinton 2020, shall we? Hillary and Bill Clinton think Bernie Sanders can't beat Trump in 2020. Well, he can't. Actually, nobody can, including Madam Secretary, including Bill and Hillary. And then, like, they thought this was like this amazing, Bernie said he's not going to use Hillary's advice. Like, okay, but he was cheated and he didn't do anything about it. He just acquiesced in 2 seconds. Bernie said that he doesn't want Hillary's advice. So what? That's because she's actually stating with Bill Clinton he has no chance to beat Trump. Actually, nobody does. It sounds bizarre for me to say this. The best chance Democrats have is with Hillary Clinton. Only because of money. She's a horrible candidate. She's a worse candidate now than she was when I was saying she was unelectable in 2015 and nobody listened to me. But you are going to see the same people, ladies and gentlemen, the same people. The exact same people who said that, I don't really like Clinton, and there has to be a new face, and I'm this wonderful progressive, and this and that. They're going to be like, you better vote for Hillary, or else you'll have Trump and his great economy and prison reform and bringing American soldiers home from never-ending wars and all of these things. And oh my God, peace between North and South Korea. Oh my God, you'll have all of these horrible things. Sanders repeatedly requested the use of a private jet from Hillary Clinton's campaign when acting as a surrogate in the final months leading to. So let's see. Ex-Clinton staffer slams Sanders over private jet. Oh my God. This is 2016. They cheat the guy. And they don't want him to. Okay, so in his campaign launch video last week, Bernie Sanders singled out the fossil fuel industry for criticism. And then this is Politico, okay, not right wing. Oh my God! In 2 years following his presidential campaign, Sanders continued his frequent private jet travel, spending at least $342,000 on the flights. Increased scrutiny of his travel practice, which are at odds with his position on wealth inequality and climate change, are among the challenges Sanders will face as he makes his second White House run. By the way, people on the left think AOC is really sticking it to the system. Sometimes I go on certain channels and I just read the comments section. Oh my God, they love AOC. And what did Greenpeace say today? Greenpeace. That is hilarious. Greenpeace founder. I'm not even going to say what he said. Okay. Ocasio-Cortez response to Republicans: stop drooling over my every word. It's not working. Oh my God. 107,000. No, I'm not. I actually deleted my Twitter, my Gab, everything. Facebook. I have no social media. Only very interesting people try to pretend they're me on social media. In recent months, the Clintons have met with a host of primary candidates, some of whom have yet to officially declare to run. Oh, okay, this is a little bit of an old article. They met with Kamala Harris, Cory Booker, Elizabeth Warren, Amy Klobuchar, and John Hickenlooper. So that's interesting. So wait, no, the Greenpeace co-founder, co-founder, Alexandria Cortez. Okay. Greenpeace co-founder tears into Ocasio-Cortez Dream New Deal. Pompous little, I'm not going to say the word, not a bad word, but you don't have a plan to grow food for 8 billion people without fossil fuel or get food into the cities. Horses, if fossil fuels were banned, every tree in the world would be cut down for fuel, for cooking and heating. He would bring about mass death. The smartest people in the room are now not even pretending to be smart. They're just AOC and everyone else now. They're just saying anything. This is like the Twitter intellect right here. I'm not talking about the guy who said this. Patrick Moore, he is an actual environmentalist. He's a co-founder of Greenpeace. Patrick Moore, PhD. So this is awesome. She's got young children convinced they're going to die in 12 years. Oh my. It's like, we have to do something. President Obama presided over the largest expansion of oil and gas production. I like a little lithium in my cereal in the morning. Yes. Oh my God. This is this is awesome. I don't often retweet these things, but sometimes they are funny. Like the one that says in 1960, there were 6,000 polar bears. Today, there are only 25,000. Oh. Oh my God. He just goes off. This guy is like nonstop AOC hate. Oh my God. Patrick Moore is the man. Good piece on Fox. Greenpeace co-founder tears into Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Pompous little. We're in charge. No, you're not really in charge of anything. You know who's still in charge? Hillary. You just are. Well, I'm not gonna be as disrespectful as Democrats were. They were so disrespectful to Lynn Patton. It's like, and there are no. I don't really want to get into it. How can you call another human being a prop? How can you do that? Just because the conservative ideology is not popular among Black people or among other groups, perhaps, doesn't mean a person of color who is a conservative is a prop. They're a human being. They can believe what they want to believe. And guess what? There's a case to be made. Watch Kevin's Corner, The Amazing Lucas, Brandon Tatum, sorry. Larry Elder. I mean, it's just the Democratic Party, like they're so racist in their they're so racist in their thought. They're like elitist thought. It's like unbelievable. Thomas Sowell is amazing, by the way. He's been conservative for decades. Started off actually as way on the left in the beginning of his career, and then became conservative. An African American man, amazing. Stanford University, Cornell University, economist, professor, amazing. If the tables were turned and they used that kind of language to describe people on the left, oh my God, could you imagine? This guy, Patrick Moore, is amazing. Yes, the Paris Accord is a sham. China, India, and Russia, 40% of global population, ignore it. Along with most other countries, the USA is at least honest in pulling out of this fake deal. Fossil fuels, 80% of the energy supply of the country and the world. Over 80% of the energy supply to run the country. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much. I will be back numerous times today, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. And I will be back. Thank you to my super chat. Thank you, everyone. God bless. Thank you so much. Big day today. Thank you.